All right, welcome back to Storytime with Rav G. I'm really excited to read to you this story from Genendel Krohn's book, Tishrei Tales, an excellent book. Highly recommend you guys looking into it, buying it. It's amazing for the Yontif table. This story is a famous story of Rav Levi Yitzchak of Berditchev that many people know, with some of the details wrong. So I want to share it with you, and I hope that this opens your heart. For many years, it was very difficult to keep the mitzvahs in Russia and the Ukraine. Jews were forced to go public, where they were taught not to believe in Hashem. Jews were forced to go to public school, where they were taught not to believe in Hashem. If someone went to shul, he could be arrested and sent to prison for many years, Chalila. Finally, in 1989, things changed, and the Jews were allowed to keep mitzvahs freely once again. Rosh Hashanah was coming, and the people were excited to go to shul for the first time. A special Rav, Rabbi Eli Mintz of Monsey, New York, heard that the shul in Ukraine would be open for Rosh Hashanah again, and he offered to travel there to be the chazan. Rabbi Mintz arrived in shul on the first night of Rosh Hashanah and was amazed to see the large crowd that had come. So many Jews that had not been able to daven for so many years. Before beginning Mariv, he decided to tell the people a story. And this is what he said. About 200 years ago, the Jews of Berditchev in the Ukraine were gathered in shul on the morning of Rosh Hashanah. The people stood quietly as they waited for their great tzaddik, the holy Rav Levi Yitzchak, to blow the shofar. But Rav Levi Yitzchak did not seem to be in any rush to begin. He was standing by the bima wrapped in his tallis, and his forehead was wrinkled in concentration. What's the Rav waiting for? The people wondered. They knew there must be a good reason why he hadn't lifted the shofar. Finally, after a long time, Rav Levi Yitzchak smiled. Then he put the shofar to his mouth and blew. When the davening was over, some people asked him, "Why, Rabbi? Why did the Rav wait so long to begin blowing the shofar? Was something the matter?" "Everything is all right now," replied Rav Levi Yitzchak, "but I'm going to tell you what I was waiting for. There was a Jew who had been forced to join the Russian army at a very young age. He never had a chance to learn Torah or do mitzvahs like we do. When he found out that today's Rosh Hashanah, he came to shul, but he became very sad when he realized he didn't know how to daven." "Do you know what this man did?" Reb Levi Yitzchak asked. He lifted his eyes to Shamayim and said, "Hashem, I want so badly to daven to you, but I don't know how. All I remember from my parents are the letters of the alphabet, of the Aleph-Beis. I will say those letters, and I beg you, please join them together and make them into the words. That will be my davening." The man closed his eyes and slowly said Aleph, Beis, Gimel, Daled. When he finished, he repeated the letters again and again. Aleph, Beis, Gimel, Daled, and he went through Vav, Zayin, and so on and so forth. Shin, Sin, Taf. The man closed his eyes and continued this. I want you to know, continued Rav Levi Yitzchak, this man's tefillah was so precious to Hashem, since he said it with all of his heart. As I was about to blow the shofar, I saw his Aleph-Beis letters floating in the air. There had been a terrible decree against the Jewish people, and I was waiting for the letters to join together to finally cancel the decree. And then I was able to blow the shofar. Could you imagine? His little simple Aleph-Beis that came from the heart is what canceled the decree in Shemayim. After telling the story, Rabbi Mintz turned to his audience and said, "My dear brothers and sisters, many of you do not know how to daven. It's not your fault. You've never had a chance to go to Jewish school or to learn about Torah mitzvahs. Therefore," continued Rabbi Mintz, "you may say whatever you know, even if it's just Shema Yisrael or Ani Mamin. If you don't even know that, then you may say the letters of the Aleph-Beis." Sitting in the front of the shul was an old man. He looked at Rabbi Mintz with sad eyes and said, "Rabbi, we all want to daven. We really do, but we don't even know the Aleph-Beis." Wow. Rabbi Mintz thought for a moment and then announced, "My dear brothers and sisters, let us say the Aleph-Beis together. Repeat after me, Aleph. The Jews in the shul called out Aleph. Rabbi Mintz continued, Beis. And the people repeated, Beis. Gimel, he said. And the shul said Gimel. When they got to the letter Yud, Rabbi Mintz said, let's say it even louder. The crowd shouted the letters with all their might as tears rolled down their cheeks. For many of them, this was the first time they had ever davened. Please Hashem, each one thought. Join our letters into words and give us a good year. When they finished calling out the letters of the Aleph-Beis, Rabbi Mintz opened his machzor and began Marv. A number of years have passed since that special Rosh Hashanah night in 1989. Many of the Jews from that shul have learned to read and speak Hebrew even. They know how to daven and learn Torah. But every year on Rosh Hashanah before beginning Marv, the Chazan calls out the letters Aleph, Beis, and the people in shul repeat after him. They want to remind themselves that the most precious tefillah is one that comes from the heart, even if it's just the letters of the Aleph-Beis. If you're hearing this story, Kinderlach, I want you to know and to remember and to learn. Hashem loves you. Hashem loves hearing your voice. Hashem wants just your heart. He wants your heart. If you daven with your heart, the preciousness of a child's tefillah is so strong. You should know that Hashem holds it tight and brings it and uses it to give bracha to you and to the world. May we all be blessed with a good, sweet year.